They're smaller than a fingernail, yet their impact is colossal. These tiny chips are the unsung heroes of modern technology. Semiconductors, the brains behind our smartphones, computers, and even cars, are at the heart of a simmering US-China tech war. Their importance cannot be overstated. This isn't just about economic rivalry. It's about control over a technology that's shaping the future of everything from artificial intelligence to military might. The stakes are incredibly high. The US and China, the world's two largest economies, are locked in a battle for technological supremacy, and semiconductors are the key battleground. This competition is fierce and unrelenting. Whoever controls this technology will have a strategic advantage in the 21st century. It's a race to dominate the future. Think of it like this. If data is the new oil, then semiconductors are the engines that power the global economy. They are indispensable. And right now, the US and China are wrestling for control of the refinery. It's a high-stakes game with global implications. The tensions have been rising for years, but they've recently reached boiling point. The world is watching closely. The question now is, where do we go from here? The future of technology hangs in the balance. The US, long a leader in semiconductor design and manufacturing, has grown increasingly wary of China's ambitions to become self-sufficient in this critical sector. This concern has led to a series of strategic moves aimed at maintaining its technological edge. China, for its part, has invested heavily in building up its domestic chip industry, aiming to reduce its reliance on foreign technology. This includes significant funding and state support to boost local innovation and production. To counter this, the US has rolled out a series of measures aimed at cutting off China's access to advanced chips and chip-making equipment. These measures are part of a broader strategy to curb China's technological rise. These restrictions target Chinese tech giants like Huawei and SMIC, preventing them from acquiring the technology they need to compete at the highest level. The impact on these companies has been profound. One of the most significant moves has been the US ban on selling advanced chips to Huawei, a leading Chinese telecommunications equipment maker. This ban has severely limited Huawei's ability to produce cutting-edge devices. The US argues that Huawei poses a national security risk, alleging that its equipment could be used for espionage by the Chinese government. Huawei denies these claims, insisting that it operates independently. The US has also pressured its allies, like the Netherlands and Japan, to restrict their own companies from selling chip-making equipment to China. This international cooperation aims to create a united front against China's tech ambitions. These moves are aimed at slowing down China's progress in developing its own advanced chip manufacturing capabilities. The goal is to maintain a competitive edge in the global tech landscape. These actions have had a significant impact on Chinese tech companies, forcing them to scramble for alternative suppliers and slowing down their technological progress. The ripple effects are being felt across the industry, but China is not taking these measures lying down. The country is doubling down on its efforts to innovate and become self-reliant, determined to overcome these obstacles. China is not one to back down from a challenge. Historically, it has shown resilience and strategic thinking in the face of adversity. Beijing has a range of options at its disposal to retaliate against the US restrictions, from imposing tariffs on American goods, which could affect various industries, to limiting the export of rare earth minerals crucial for semiconductor production. These minerals are vital for many high-tech products. One potential target for Chinese retaliation is American companies operating in China. These companies are deeply integrated into the Chinese market. Apple, for instance, relies heavily on Chinese manufacturing for its iPhones. Disruptions here could have significant impacts on its global supply chain. Beijing could make life difficult for these companies by delaying approvals or imposing new regulations, creating bureaucratic hurdles that slow down operations. Another avenue for retaliation could be through intellectual property. China could become less stringent in enforcing intellectual property rights, potentially harming American companies that rely on patent protection in the Chinese market. This could lead to increased counterfeiting and loss of revenue. Furthermore, China could choose to escalate the situation by providing increased support to its domestic chip makers, offering subsidies and incentives, investing heavily in research and development to close the technology gap with the US. This could accelerate their technological advancements. This could eventually lead to China becoming a major player in the global semiconductor market, challenging the U.S. dominance and reshaping the industry. The potential for a tit-for-tat escalation is real, and it could have far-reaching consequences for both countries and the global economy, affecting markets worldwide. Section 4. Collateral damage, the global tech industry and the crossfire. Now let's look ahead to the future of tech and global power. What lies ahead in this ever-evolving landscape? The stakes are high and the outcomes uncertain. But one thing is for sure, the decisions made today will shape the world of tomorrow.